Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder here with TCG Dad, or also known as Tim, for this interview. We are here with him today to talk about his experiences and, of course, the viral video that happened over at the Pokemon World Championship tournament Anaheim. Tim, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Tim Tipton, aka That TCG Dad on Twitter and stuff. I go by that mostly because I have two wonderful kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. There's a very good chance here in the next 5 or 10 minutes they're going to come in the house, and you might actually see them run over this way. So I apologize.
No worries, Tim. And again, I really appreciate you joining me for an interview. Obviously, this is a big first for me as a content creator. I do mostly, again, scalper videos exposing like the really the bad parts of the hobby right now, which is scalpers, clowns, people like that. But their story is like resonating with a lot of people. It went viral again a couple weeks ago where someone got arrested for being a Team Rocket member. So please let me tell me about what happened, like the context.
Yes. So I was playing in the tournament. This was probably just after round four. I had a bad round four, so I was just kind of mad chilling around the venue. And basically, venue set up in a way where I was at, it was a competitor exclusive area. We were at the competitor tables. That's basically just where anyone who's a competitor can play, sit, chill, wait for the next round. And what ended up happening was I came back about 10 minutes after the round had finished. So basically, you have 50 minutes for each round. After that round goes off, there's a big screen that shows like a countdown that goes into the timer of how long it's been into the next round before the next round has actually started, or essentially how long we've been in overtime.
Yeah.
So we had been in overtime for about 10 or 15 minutes. So I knew at some point we were going about to have the round called. And I was also extremely thirsty and had a little bit of a migraine. Long story short, I sat down around table 179, which ironically is also right next to the entrance of where everyone was coming in, but it was cordoned off. So there was a screen, there was like rope section essentially where nobody else could come in that area. I did not learn this until looking at the standings later. That's also where Matias's last round was, so he had been in that area pretty recently, right? I sat down. There's some Asian guys just chilling across the table. I took a drink of water, kind of looked down a little bit, and had my bag on my left hand. It looked like it was on my left hand side. I thought it was on my right hand side, but according to the video, it was actually on my left. So that's on me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what ended up happening was I pulled my phone out and to check for the next round, and I felt something like brush against my leg. I wasn't really thinking about it too much because I was like, "Oh man, people are like passing back and forth to check for their round and stuff." Like it had gotten pretty movement, but by the time I looked down, my bag was gone. I
Jeez.
instantly like, yeah, it was crazy. It was like within less than a minute, 2 minutes, maybe at most 5 minutes. Like it was a 5 minute interaction. I didn't even see who took it. What ended up happening was I called a judge. Judge like go to Lost and Found. Someone probably turned it in. I was like, no, someone stole it. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating because like nobody took me seriously on, hey, my bag was stolen. It wasn't just like misplaced. So I go to Hive, which is where typically Lost and Found's at, and they're like, but that for this event specifically, that was only where small items were. So then I had to go outside the venue to security. And when I went out to security, I was like, "Hey, someone stole my stuff." They still didn't take me seriously. They're like, "Oh, you probably misplaced it." I was like, "No, I just had it. I pulled my water bottle out of it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I saw. I know what happened." Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, security guy walks with me. We're looking at the tables. It's still not there, obviously. While we're with him, another gentleman actually gives me a call. I don't have his name off the top of my head, but he found my backpack in the bathroom, and for some odd reason, I had
What?
yeah, yeah, it was found in the bathroom. So the guy, I'll get to it. But anyways, for some odd reason, I had my notebook in this bag with my phone number on it,
Yeah.
which I didn't even realize I did. So kudos to me for doing that. Anyways, we meet the guy on the other side of the venue, over where like the merchant tables and stuff are, and he told me, "Hey, I found your backpack in the bathroom. Hey, just hanging up. I went in there and somebody had left it in there. So I looked through it to see if I could find out who it was, and I found your name on here. I was like, cool, thanks, man." Everything was gone, obviously. I had a little bit of a mental breakdown there. I was like, what the heck? And then so security's like, unless your passport got stolen, we're not helping you. Sorry.
What?
So, yeah, so for like an hour, I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't call. For like the first hour. I didn't call the police. Nothing. I just kind of like said, "Fuck, this sucks." Um, I went and found one of my favorite judges that I've known for a long time. Uh, and long story short, she gave me courage to just say, hey, make sure you call the police at least. Get a police report out there. So I did that.
Yeah.
I called the police. The police were actually really helpful. They came out. They would pretty much jumped on the cameras like 30, 40 minutes after that, right? So by 6 o'clock, they had sent me a picture of the guy. And I'll give you all these pictures and stuff so you can use them for this and stuff too.
Of course, please.
That I have. Yeah. They gave me this really blurry photo of the dude. And then I was like, we were about to go to dinner. We were meeting someone at 6:30 to go to dinner. So I was bound and determined to go find this guy within a half an hour. So I left my hotel room to go look for him. I bolted to the venue. And my brother was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna go find this guy. My brother then comes down after me, and I'm looking in the venue right now. He calls me. He's like, hey, send me a picture of that guy. So I took the picture, sent it to him. And then he sent me a picture back. Like, is this him? That's the photo you saw on Twitter, which is him just kind of mad chilling, eating food.
Yeah.
My brother had found the guy. So then my brother went up to the dude, ended up taking a picture of him, like right head on, and then started walking around in a circle. The guy pulled out my Gardevoir deck. My Gardevoir deck's pretty common, not very common. It has specific rarities. So I have the max rarity psychic energies and darkness energies from Heart Gold Soul Silver era, which are they're a specific pattern. I have professor stamped cards. I have specific rarities, all kind of mixed together. And also when you submit your deck list for Pokemon, you also submit it online.
Yeah.
So like all of those rarities for the Pokemon were all submitted online, so I could match them one for one. They were also in a very specific type of sleeve. They were in full FCBC sleeves, which are an Ohio brand sleeve.
Okay.
So like somebody from Chili's not going to have those sleeves.
No, absolutely not.
They weren't even selling them inside the venue. So that's what's even funnier. So then I'd come over. I'm confronting this guy with my brother, and he has the bag. Inside the bag was my playmat and my dice box. We pull the dice box out. My brother's like going off on this dude. I'm trying to get my brher to chill. He won't chill. Oh my gosh, would he not chill?
He's family,
while we wait for the police?
No, yeah.
So he opens the coin box, sees that it has my Squirtle coin in it from Worlds last year, and the dude had my DS, one DS in the right pocket, the other one in all my games in his left khaki pocket. The police get over, and they start putting him in handcuffs. They also start putting my brother in handcuffs, and I thought that was hilarious. So they had to tell him, no, don't do that. Anyways, after that, they arrest him. They get all my stuff. They take a picture of it. Then before everything ends up, he's like, hey, does he have anything else of yours? I was like, yeah, absolutely. He still has my hotel key card. I have a hotel key card to the Courtyard Marriott or the Hilton right there, sorry, because I was staying there and it was a Pokemon themed key card. It was in his wallet.
You're joking. Oh my god. Yeah.
So
wow.
And so the cops are sitting there holding the phone over me like this, recording this, right? And I'm just sitting there, just open his wallet. I was like, there's my hotel key card. Mind you, I didn't deactivate the hotel key card either, right?
Yeah, you
so the cops took the key card. I actually forgot he had taken my hotel key card until I had gotten to my room earlier in that day when I was like, man, he even got my hotel key card. So the cops took the key card, went up and verified that it worked for my room. Yeah. They arrested the guy. And then it blew up on Twitter. Yeah. And I posted on Twitter, right? Like I had a couple hundred followers on Twitter and stuff. Now I have like 1,000. It's not like I like 10x'd myself essentially, so which is pretty cool. But it's because drama always feeds in Pokemon. But that's kind of what happened there. After that, there's a couple other updates since then.
Yeah, no.
One, I've also found out I was talking to him a few months prior. Because my buddy was looking to buy what's called a competitor's kit, which is basically the exclusive Worlds kit. Yeah. And I was trying to find some stuff to possibly buy it. And he and I had messaged previously. So I had a message chain of him and I talking. Then I sent him a message saying, I think it's hilarious that you tried to steal from someone that was actually considering buying a kit from you. I hope you rot in jail. Because I thought that was funny. I did send that to him. He messaged me back and said, I can't wait to see you on the 27th, and then asked me nicely to have people stop messaging his mother. One, I thought basically people doxed his mom, which I is not okay. Don't dox
Yeah,
people's
yeah,
parents.
of course,
You
don't,
know, don't
don't.
message people's
Yeah,
parent. But it was just hilarious that he reached out to me, like did some pseudo apology and said,
yeah.
"Please have people stop messaging my mother." I'm like, bro, that ain't in
No,
my control.
yeah.
Um,
He went viral. People now see his
right.
face everywhere. So it's like the reality is that people are pissed at him, and
Yeah,
obviously,
and then
I agree with you. Yeah,
he had court yesterday. And it was at like lunchtime because they're on Central Time. So lunchtime today or yesterday, sorry, the the prosecuting attorney called me and asked me, hey, how do you feel about what's going on? And I kind of just told him the truth. I was like, look, the guy had no remorse.
yeah,
He's out there joking about it. I've got plenty sources which I won't reveal. I don't want to put anybody out there that where he's joking about it, acting like he can just go back to Chile whenever he wants. He's even openly posting about that, right? But he can't. He's got it. He committed a felony. If he gets convicted of a felony, even if just gets a fine on him, he'll never be allowed back in the United States.
jeez, that's not
That's
worth
just how it
it.
is. No, it's
Like,
not. It's not, and it's funny because like his he had a public defender. He didn't even pay for an attorney. He's just using the public defender.
yeah,
So mind you, he's using the court system on our dime. Um, so his defender was trying to convince the prosecutor to drop it to a misdemeanor. That's why they called me, and I said no, I don't want to. I'm still out money. I've paid several $1,000s to go to California. At minimum, I paid like $1,500 to go to California,
yeah,
right?
of course.
Now I'm thankful because I was in a position where I was sponsored to go, so I did lose less money, but I still lost out on my entire sponsorship essentially because I didn't get to finish the tournament. And so like it just kind of sucks. But so I'm actually hoping to seek restitution against them for that. And then I'll take that. What I'll do with that money, I'll probably take that money and put it towards my Pokemon league. So I run
Yeah,
a kids league here in the area, so I have probably about 20 or so kids that show up. And so if I get that money from him, I'll actually end up taking it and putting it towards the kids league to help make it a little bit more appealing for them
yeah,
and have a little
Tim.
bit more fun. But yeah,
I really appreciate you giving us the rundown of what's been happening, and I think this is a first where someone is actually actively getting charged for being a member of Team Rocket and for stealing Pokemon cards. And obviously, full disclosure, yeah, we know he didn't plead guilty. He's fighting your case, and I even have some screenshots I want to share because he made a statement out. If that's okay with you.
yeah, I saw. I've read both of his statements.
Yeah, so let me just bring it up so folks can see. But and again, I'm gonna show real quick here. So, and I can just add this stuff later. But let's see
Yeah, I've read. Are you talking about the one from Facebook or the one from Instagram?
from Instagram. Instagram.
Yeah. So I mean, they're both pretty similar. The Instagram one is a little bit funnier because that's the one where he's alluding that he can just leave the country whenever he wants because he's free. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's not free. They let him go there. They let him go on his own recognizances with the assumption that he would return to court. Um, and like I said, that was the one that I thought was the funniest of the two.
Yeah, I mean, again, like he's gonna speak his truth, but he got caught red-handed with your stuff, and so most folks, that's game over, man. Like the cops found you. You have the stuff that you stole from someone who's a competitor. Like this.
They have them on video. They have so the screenshot the police officer sent me is a screen grab from the video of them happening. And the whole reason that it's super easy to know it's my backpack too. So I haven't really know. You ever heard of Linus Tech Tips? He's a YouTuber.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have his. So I have his backpack, and on his backpack is like this bright orange tag that I never. It's like say it's like this color, right?
Yeah.
That I never took off, and so it's attached to the top of my bag, and you can see it, and you can see me in the screen grab, and see that bright orange tag.
Tim, this is surreal, and for me, as someone who's been making content, been following the hobby, and I do want to ask, like, how long have you been a Pokemon fan? But like, I've never seen anything
Yeah,
like this.
I've been a
Yeah.
Pokemon fan since I was a kid,
Yeah.
So I've been playing. But I've only been playing since like Battle Styles era. So since
Yeah.
just before COVID. But I've been playing since I've been collecting since Neo Genesis. I'll show you one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, let's
Um,
see it, man.
so I have a signed Dark Typhlosion by Mishiharu Arita.
Oh my god, that must be your holy grail, brother. Holy moly.
For me, like in my personal collection, yeah, I mean, I have other cards that kind of beat it out value wise,
Yeah.
but personal collection wise, that and Mr. Masuda's autograph are probably my holy grails.
Wow. I appreciate you sharing this stuff because obviously a lot of folks they want to know your story, and clearly you're a
Yeah,
Pokemon fan. You mentioned if you got restitution that you would go give back to your community, giving back to kids. You yourself are a father, and I'm sure they love Pokemon as well. Like by all
I make them
means.
live vicariously through me. It's hilarious. So like if I showed you, I have the life size Arcanine plush.
Yeah.
I have that in my living room, and my kids on a regular basis play with it.
Oh, Tim. Man, that is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that story. And yeah, that Arcanine is not cheap. It's $449. So,
Yeah, I drove a lot of Uber for that. And then
hey,
even back here, you can see all the different Pokemon stuff. These are just like every single one of these is a different regional I've been to.
yeah,
Every single one of these
wow.
playmats. Over the last two, I've only been playing for, like I said, 2 seasons, right? The last season was the first season I ever competed competitively to actually try to qualify for Worlds.
Yeah,
This is just a bunch of deck boxes and stuff like that. The other nail in the coffin was I still have the box to the one of the 3DSs that
wow.
has the Zero code on it. So I was able to use that to prove that it was not only my DS, but also like that he wasn't his and stole it.
So, like, obviously, I'm not a good guy to like judge why people would do this, but have you thought like why would someone steal stuff? Like, is it that easy? Like, you
You
swipe
know,
things?
I mean, it's not that it was. I'm not sure because like this is the first time I've actually ever had a negative experience at a Pokemon. Like something like this happened to me, right? So this binder, wherever I just put it, my like actual binder, this binder right here, I've left this binder a regional tournament before, right?
Yeah,
And so this binder has, I mean, it doesn't have cheap cards in it. It's got Shining Celebi, Shining T-Tar, a
yeah.
base set Zard, several $1,000s worth of cards. And I've had this turned in to the event staff before. When I last Worlds last year, I had a poster signed by Masuda sitting on the table
Yeah.
at the side event tables, and I completely forgot it there for over 3 hours. I came back, it was still there.
I mean, this is a thing that people don't really recognize. In a lot of my videos, I cover scalpers and talk about the negatives. But Pokemon fans, people who are in the hobby, are good people. They support each other, they value each other. So, you sharing that story also brings faith in humanity that there's still good people out there. And of course, again, I want to say I'm sorry that you had to deal with that BS and obviously, like, you're still dealing with that with the court stuff, with the trial. That is wild.
Yeah, like I said, I should I'll send you a DM tomorrow once I see what the outcome is. Fun fact: you have to pay money to get a court case number in California, but if you already have the
No.
court case number, you can. It's funny. I thought it was interesting. Anyways, if you have the court case number, you can just look it up anytime. So they're gonna give me a call tomorrow after because yesterday was the evidentiary hearing. So in California they have that, and that's basically them determining if they have enough to charge him or not, which obviously they did.
Yeah.
So, 1 second. And so tomorrow's pre-trial where they go through if they want to make a plea deal, if he wants to go ahead and plea out before trial. If he doesn't plea out, he'll go to trial. So
Yeah.
he has an opportunity to plea out and say, hey, I'll admit to this or not admit to this for X amount of, bargaining chip power. So,
Of course.
which he doesn't have any leverage. So he's kind of in the sense of probably have to plead guilty. If he wants to leave the country tomorrow, we'll have to plead guilty and then possibly take the felony charge or something. It all depends on how the prosecutor rules it out.
Yeah, and obviously, like, it is not worth it. To me, it is crazy that you come to this country, you come to the United States, you go to this massive tournament, you steal, you get arrested, and now you're going through trial. And I'm curious as well, and I would love to hear back from you when, if he pleaded guilty or not. But I do want to ask.
And then we won't.
Yeah. Go
And
ahead.
then the last thing, we won't know if he gets banned from Pokemon or not until like October, because the next tournament he signed up for is not until October. So if he plays that tournament, we'll know for sure if he gets banned or not. Because when you get banned, you're not even able to play those tournaments.
Jeez. Like I said,
You
I've
can't,
not
you
heard.
can't even play at a local store. You can't, like, if your store's having like a kid-friendly Halloween event that Pokemon provided stuff to,
Yeah.
you're never allowed to go to those ever again.
No, this is good information because I think that also brings up a big question: is what happens to people who get caught stealing? And I think you just answered that right now, which is you get banned, and
It just
that should be right.
depends.
Yeah.
I mean, like people like it depends if Pokemon decides to ban him or not. Obviously, so like at the venue, he had his badge taken away, and he was not allowed in the at the tournament for the rest of the weekend. He was in jail the rest of the weekend, anyways. But like realistically, what'll happen is he'll get banned from Pokemon tournament play or casual play where if any store's hosting an event that has Pokemon prizing attached to it or a level of Pokemon involvement, he's not allowed to attend that. So like a local level challenge, a local level cup,
Yeah.
regionals, internationals, nothing.
Man, and something I want to bring up as well is because in his messages in his statement, he mentioned that people were buying stuff from him, and you also mentioned in your story that you were looking for something from him earlier before. Has that changed your view of like people buying and reselling stuff? And because obviously we saw a lot of
No.
people go in, they flip and they sell, and that's part of the trading card hobby. But yeah,
No, I mean, like I don't do like buy, sell, retrade like a lot of people do. A lot of my buy, sell that I do personally is like I'll buy some rare items or cards and I'll flip them. So like at Worlds, I sold like $1,500 worth of cards. I sold a Gengar
wow,
VMAX, Rockets Mewtwo, a couple other rare cards just so I could, and then I took the money and bought some stuff from Worlds.
yeah,
But even I don't like selling over market. So a fun story actually. Last Worlds, one of my good friends that I made was because of the Bear Walker skateboard that's really rare.
yeah. The skateboards,
Um,
absolutely, yeah,
yeah, yeah. They go for any like the Hawaii one on the day that it was released in Hawaii for Worlds. It was reselling for $700 to $900. And a kid I met this kid because they were going to go to Bear Walker to try and get that skateboard. And what ended up happening, long story short, I went and bought him the skateboard in the Pokemon Center, and then gave him the skateboard for what I paid for it. He ended up giving me like an extra $100 because his dad was really nice and
yeah.
whatnot. It's a long story, but the short version is, I've made that I've never ever really tried to sell money. Like if I've ever sold anything, it's maybe give me 10 extra bucks or something like that.
Yeah, of
My
course.
time that I've invested. I don't like scalping and flipping. I
Yeah.
even when like Shining Fates was a thing and the 151 UPCs were out, I've had plenty of opportunity to have hundreds of thousands of them at my fingertips, and I've never just pulled the trigger on it because I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I don't have the time or the energy for it, personal or the personality for it. I enjoy the hobby, getting cards into people's hands. Like I said, I teach kids how to play Pokemon, so I'm always trying to get cards into kids' hands, not my hands.
No, Tim, I really appreciate the honesty. You do radiate Poke positivity, in my opinion, the good things about the community. And so I really appreciate you sharing your story. Of course, thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking this
likewise.
interview, man. So, of course, I always have to ask, folks, even at in person or in online interviews, what are your top three favorite Pokemon and why? Any order.
That's that's easy. So number one is Arcanine because they're the only legendary Pokemon to ever be made.
Yeah.
If you look at their Pokédex entry, it says Arcanine is a legendary Pokemon. So just saying. Obviously, that one, Dark Typhlosion itself, it's always been one. So I'm really fond of him. And then let me get the other one for you.
Woo! Okay, all the fire types. I'm gonna guess this is probably not
I
fire
know
type
it's
as
kind of
well.
no, it actually isn't. So my other third favorite is Gardevoir.
Oh
And
yeah.
the reason being, if you get a chance, there's a website called Limitless.tcg,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if you're familiar with it. If you look my name up on Limitless, Gardevoir is the only reason I made it to Worlds. I got every single champion point, including my local level championship points, with Gardevoir this season.
Bravo,
Yep.
bravo, man. That's awesome. Tim, thank you so much for your time, your energy. I wish you the
And
best
no problem.
on the whole trial. Obviously, it means a lot that you agreed to speak with me, interview with me.
Absolutely.
Take this moment right now. Do you have any comments, any thoughts, anything for the world right
Yeah.
now?
No, but I know my son would like to say bye. You want to say bye? Say bye? He said bye. Wave. Yeah.
Thank you.
There we
Really
go.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, and no problem, man. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You as well.